Hi, this is DK Marley of the His Fig Chickie. This is my first podcast with Podbean since I switched over from Anchor. And so I hope you're patient with me as I try to get started this morning. I'm going to repost a previous blog that I did or previous podcast that I did. What is this quintessence of dust? We all struggle as writers, we all struggle as humans. And this is my take on what it means to be a quintessence of dust in this vast, crazy world. Sometimes, as a writer, the creative juices usually flowing onto the page are dammed by the realities of the world around you. Ambition and creativity sometimes suffer in this way when an artist of any form cannot function unless words or paint or music is flowing without the weight of problems around them. This makes me think of the character Hamlet, who for all his faults and cowardice, possessed a stilted ambition because of the happenings within the walls of Elsinore. Hamlet was a brilliant mind, a man of words who found himself imprisoned within Denmark through no fault of his own except his own need for creativity to reveal his father's murderer instead of simply speaking up. Thus, does the character reveal a little something about the man who wrote the play? Perhaps Shakespeare as well struggled with life as a writer and actor. Speaking as a writer myself, we live in a world of make-believe, a world of our own creation, and sometimes because of the worlds we create, the attention to detail and human suffering, our eyes appear more open to the problems of the world around us. I don't know. Perhaps it is a curse of creativity. We are mere humans crawling between earth and heaven, striving for the clouds, ambitious creatures seeking fulfillment on a page and acceptance from the world. A world, in truth, that you know what, it doesn't care and can pass you by unless you're one of the fortunate ones, the one in a million lottery hitting authors who snag a huge contract with a big, well known publisher. Yet, even then, yes, even then, does that guarantee happiness and fulfillment? For some, I suppose so. Yet, we have so many examples of those for whom success did not give them completion. Virginia Woolf clamored for something outside of herself, something that words could not feel. When I look into her sad eyes, I see myself, yet different because I do cherish life, yet I understand the darkness she carried. She owned the sadness of the world that she carried like a grain sack on her shoulders, and ultimately weighed her down in those waters where she took her life. Hemingway, Rembrandt, Van Gogh, Kahlo, Sexton all found solace in silence instead of the healing power of words and paint. There are sometimes I can relate. I refer to the note written by Hunter S. Thompson, author of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, where he said, "No more games, no more bombs, no more walking, no more fun, no more swimming. 67. That is 17 years past 50. 17 more than I needed or wanted. Boring. I am always bitchy. No fun for anybody. 67. You're getting greedy. Act your old age. Relax. This won't hurt." Sometimes when you get to the point where you're facing mortality because of middle age, you do become greedy or ambitious for more. And as a writer, especially a writer who has not seen success for the very thing you have strived for your entire life, there is a certain amount of vanity, disappointment, and boredom that comes along with the weight of watching the world around you. A creative mind always wants more, more, more. Even for those successful, sometimes something lacks in their success. My personal feelings is that those of us of that nature, who find we cannot wake without thinking of words, are looking for a perfection that will never come. And when we finally come to that realization, we either take our own life or we settle into a creative retirement in which we find that the world is not worthy of what we have to say. Many authors disgusted with the world and the politics of publishing slip into a void of anonymity, bound in a nutshell and declaring themselves the kings of infinite space. I find myself greedy for words at this stage of my life, and as I am determined not to travel the path of Virginia Woolf, yet I wrestle with the idea of seclusion. Who of us has not considered this? Who of us, this quintessence of dust, has not struggled striving to reach a far-off dream? Gloomy words for this wordy passage and this passage of life. Forgive me for these words, but they are the most valuable things I possess and the only thing I have to share, if anyone is interested. Thank you for listening. This is DK Marley with the Hisfic Chick, and I promise next time that I'll be a little bit more upbeat as I try to share some more thoughts on Shakespeare and some more writing tips. Once again, thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.